All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You're listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello. Welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother. That's right, we're back once again. We got some echoing going on there, but we're gonna power through that. So yes, Blame Your Brother. We are back once again for episode 105. Don't let the number intimidate you. Feel free to jump in at any time. You'll catch on. And we stream the show every Thursday night, 8 p.m. at blameyourbrother.tv. If you go there, it'll take you to the YouTube page. And if you like the old Facebook, we're on Facebook Live as well, so go check that out. But hey, there's three of us that come to you every week. I am one-third of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, Nick Nickum, the spiritual midget, and I'm joined by this guy who sits to the left of me. It's my brother, it's Lee.
What up, everyone? It's the man on the keyboards, the true Nick Nickum, and the one and only LeBron Safety Pin.
That's right, and then we got this guy that sits over here to the right of me. It's John.
Hey, everybody, John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. Zero Dark Torty, the Madman.
Yep.
That's me.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
Some proof right there.
There we go. So that's three of us.
ESPN says it's got to be true.
It's got to be true. David, Lee, John, Blame Your Brother. All right, so episode 105, we're going to get started. As we do every week, we offer the chance for us to apologize for anything we have said on last week's episode, any retractions, omissions, anything like that. And we had Becky Warren on last week. She was fantastic, one of my favorite episodes so far. But Lee, was there anything you said last week you need to apologize for?
I just feel like I kind of have to apologize for everything. I was a little starstruck. I was a little, at times I was just like rambling. You know, like whenever you just do that like nervous rambling thing.
Yeah.
And then you listen back and you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted to say at all.
Well,
so some of that, you know.
I thought you did good.
Some of that.
All right, John, there's got to be something you want to apologize for.
I have a few annotations if you would like. Got timestamps.
For anyone, I apologize to anyone who are upset about Mickey Rooney's performance in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, okay.
If you know the reference, you know what I'm talking about.
I got you.
I'm not sure I do, for those at home.
Well, watch a clip.
Mickey Rooney played a very offensive Asian man in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
For those of you who know who Mickey Rooney is, he is not Asian whatsoever.
It's very, very offensive. So there you go.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go, John. Good, get that on the chest. All right. Yeah. Well, I think it was a pretty good episode. I think you're
not going to hit the Christopher Reeves.
Oh,
you gonna let that one slide too?
Hey, at the time when that happened, everybody's doing that. So
okay, no apologies.
No apologies.
No
on
apologies.
That one.
Oh my God.
You want to give us a few Christopher Reeves jokes?
No,
while we got you here.
It's out of. It's not cool now.
Yeah, out of season.
Too soon.
Well, listen last week. Catch the references. There you go. All right.
What about you?
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I thought I was the star besides the
you
artist.
You were the star.
Besides the artist.
Of course you would say that. John, what do you think of David saying he thought he was the star?
I think Cold Eye strikes again.
There you go. Yeah. I think Becky Warren liked my rap rapport with her. I think that we're rapping pretty good. You know, we're pretty good. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but when you live in my world, it's all that matters.
Yeah, it's easy when you're looking down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there we go. All right. Well, we're gonna get started then. So let's talk about. I got some great stories this week.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, do you want me to start?
Yeah, I would love for you to start.
Talk about Starstruck. Well, this week, I met a person that I watched as a child. Was one of my favorite athletes. Followed him with the L.A. Lakers.
With the Magic,
tearing down backboards, breaking goals. I mean, this guy was a beast. It's the one on Shaquille O'Neal. I got to meet Shaquille O'Neal this week. So I was at work. And I was headed out of a meeting, and I had a later lunch that day. Everything kind of comes together.
It was kismet.
It must be. So Jeff, who I've talked about before, my Alex Jones leaning friend, sent me a text of him and Shaquille O'Neal together, and I was like, "Where is that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's up on the bridge." So me and Clay were like, "To the bridge!" So I didn't say it.
Captain Picard over here.
Make it so. I wish I would have. So anyways,
engage.
So we run up there and we get up there and there's Shaquille O'Neal and he's filming some kind of show. Well, I mean, there's cameras there, people there, all kinds of stuff. Well, I'm standing there and I just want to get a picture with the guy. I'm like, well, man, I want to get a picture with Shaq. This would be awesome. So I see this guy beside me is filling out some piece of paper. I'm like, what's that to the producer? And they're like, oh, do you want to be on here and talk to him? I go, oh, yeah, please. So I filled out the little release form. And at that time, it looked like he was getting ready to start walking away. Like, I think he was done for the day pretty much, but the cameras were kind of still there. So he starts walking down to the bridge to leave. I'm like, well, you only live once, baby. So among this crowd, I walk up right beside him. I go, what's up, Shaq? How you doing? And I go, so have you tried the hot chicken since you've been in town? And he goes, yeah, I tried the hot chicken. He was like,
that's your Shaquille, really?
Yeah, I've had Bolton's. And I'm just not very good. But he had Bolton's and Party Foul. And I was like, Prince's. I'm sorry. He had Prince's and Party Foul. And I went, yeah, okay, Prince's is good. This is the real deal.
What do you mean Prince's is good?
It's the real deal.
Yeah, it's like the thing.
Prince's is, yeah.
And so then I was like, Party Foul? Whatever. I go, but you really need to try Bolton's. He goes, Bolton's? Why should I try that? And I was like, that's the original hot chicken. That's where it's at.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Prince's is the original.
Look it up. Actually,
Really?
Bolton's was before. I just
Why
watched
is
a
there so
documentary.
much information out there? Why is there so much misinformation out there?
I don't know, but there was a documentary the other day I watched called, I can't remember what it's called. It's on Netflix. But, the guy did a history of hot chicken.
It's called History of Hot Chicken, sponsored by Bolton's
Yeah,
Hot
there you
Chicken.
go. And so I go, Bolton's. He goes, how hot is it? I go, it'll make you cry. He goes, nothing makes Shaq cry. And so he said that, and so I'm thinking. Now I'm walking. We're walking. The cameras are filming us at this point. Okay, so I'm a little bit like in the zone, So I go, cry. Who cries a lot? I go, I got a good line in my head. I go, it'll make you cry like LeBron James in a playoff game. And people started laughing behind me. I was like, yes, I nailed it. And he made that Shaq face to the camera, and the producer goes, stop. He goes, man, that was awesome. I need you to say that again, but this time say Bolton's instead of Prince's. Or vice versa. I'm sorry. Say Prince's instead of Bolton's. I went, okay.
What?
Because I'll explain why in just a second. See, I didn't know any of this at the time. And so I go, I'll do it again. Shaq goes, no, we can go do it again. It's good. I go, no, I'll do it again. He goes, all right, if you want to do it again. So then I said the same line with Prince's, and he made the face again. And the producer goes, all right, that was awesome. And he's talking to Shaq. And he goes, man, I bet we can use that for the Open, man. That would be great. And Shaq goes, that'd be cool. And so, so he's walking. People are following him. Well, I'm like, what show are we filming here? What is this? Because the producers had said, when you go up there, just talk to them about Nashville. What's great about Nashville? And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I find out after it's over, I'm talking to the camera people. I go, what's this show for? And they're like, oh, he's doing a cooking show. He's got like a restaurant. He's doing a hot chicken thing. I was like, what? You got to be kidding me, bro.
You just pulled that out of your...
Yes, for real. And they go, if it gets picked up, which I've read it is, it's going to be a Facebook exclusive like series. So
if they use the opener, you'll be on every episode.
Yes. For Nashville for sure. I think just for that Nashville Open.
So wait, it's a show about hot chicken.
Yeah.
And they're going to go elsewhere?
I guess it's about food and hot chicken, but like he was
food
here,
and hot chicken.
He was here for hot chicken pretty much.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
He's probably going around to different places and whatever that main dish is in that place.
Yeah.
Like he'll probably go to Memphis for some barbecue or something.
It's like that, yeah, pretty much. And so, cross your fingers, man. If the footage was good, the sounds, I guess I might be on the show. But that was
too bad you weren't wearing your Blaming Brothers shirt.
I know, right? I was so nervous. Honestly, I was like, after it was over, I was like kind of shaking. I was like, oh my god, that was crazy, dude. Like, because somebody took pictures of it and I posted them. It looks like literally me and him are filming a TV show where I literally have people go, You filmed a show with Shaq? I went, no. I did not film a show with Shaq. I said he was filming a show. So some people thought I actually, because of the footage, like that was my series, like Blame Your Brother TV, which cool.
It could have been.
Yeah, it could have been.
If someone was holding a camera for you. So, Jason in the chat says, I thought it was some homeless lookalike dude. I'm not going to lie. When I first saw the picture, that was where my head went to. Like, what were your impressions of Shaq? Because I've always heard, like, he's like so tall and like give us a. Yeah, he is. You already did the impression of the voice.
He is massive in person. Like he shook my hand and his hand is like two of mine. It was like, and I'm not like a small dude, Like I looked at some of the pictures of him and people, and a lot of them look tiny. Like the girls were looking. I was like, he dwarfs me, and I'm like 6 foot, So he was massive. But dude, I got to say this. coolest dude there was. Like, you could tell, like I said, he was talking to the producers. He's like, I'm done here. Like, I think we filmed enough. He was probably filming all day. He took time. He took a picture with everyone that came up. He talked to everybody that came up to him that wanted to. He was hanging out. It was cool dude, man. I was like, big respect. I mean, that's one of my top 5 athletes I wanted to meet.
That's pretty awesome.
It was pretty cool, man.
So Lee got his Becky Warren.
I know.
Dave got his Shaq. Does that mean like I'm gonna run into Mike Myers? Like
No, it's
sometime
probably gonna
and-
be like Michael Bublé or something.
and
Mike Meyer, it'd be a
You're talking about the guy from Friday the 13th, right?
no, I'm
You wake
talking
up in the
about
middle of the
Saturday
night.
Night Live alum.
Somebody's gonna be wearing a hockey mask over the top of you.
Maybe more like a Wayne's World wig.
That would be a bad. If you ran into that Michael Myers, you're in big trouble, brother. Like,
Yeah.
if you're talking Halloween fame.
I ain't gonna ask him if he had any hot chicken.
No,
That's
no.
for dang sure.
I guess his name was Mike Myers.
I watched Halloween 2, directed by Rob Zombie, like 2 weekends ago. When me and Corey were staying at a hotel and we just turned it on. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I was like,
Not only that, it was a bold departure from the Halloween series.
Yeah, it
was more like I'm gonna abduct you into a hotel room and psychologically torture
it was
you
like
with TV.
weird flashbacks, weird like talking to the dead sequence. I was like, what is happening? What is this movie? It was just. So anyway,
What's the other one that he made? Like House of the Dead or something?
House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah,
And
that- I
then
thought-
the Devil's Rejects.
Yeah,
That one was kind of scary because like there's something about a chick wearing a bunny suit and a knife that's
Yeah.
chasing you through the woods. That's a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
Then-
No, it's a good movie, but yeah, it'll freak
Yeah.
you out. And that's his wife that's in it. So she's in all of his movies. But anyway, yeah. So I met Shaquille. That was awesome, man. And so on that same day. Okay, so we're walking back to work. John
But
knows.
wait, there's more.
John knows I like to play HQ Trivia. If you don't know, it's HQ Trivia is an app on your phone. We play trivia. If you can answer 12 questions, you win money. It's basically $5,000 split out among how many people win the game.
Yeah.
So it comes on while we're walking back up, me and Clay, and I go, let's just play. I was like, I mean, I said, it would be wild if we won, dude. Like, because we don't have a computer next to us or anything. This is just going to be straight up, do we know these questions or not? I'm answering a lot of pop culture questions. I was like, oh, this is good. All right, cool. Da-da-da-da. I get all the way up to question 11. I've got an extra life, which lets you. So I go, Clay, I'm in no matter what. Even if I miss this question, I'm still in. Well, I missed it, and so I got to go to question 12. And here was the question. Which show has the most Emmy awards? And your 3 choices are All in the Family, Mary Tyler Moore Show, or Frasier. So you got to pick one of those 3. Which one
Frasier.
has the most Emmy awards?
That's what I would
Frasier.
guess.
It was Frasier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I won,
Softball.
and I won $8. So
And
that's-
that you had to split 2 ways.
no, we don't split 2 ways. What are you talking about?
You weren't playing with your boy?
No, we play on our phones, but he missed one of
Oh.
the questions, the early ones. So
You didn't share answers?
I helped that dude win $3,000, man. I
Did
haven't
he
got
split it with you?
No, I haven't got a cut of the pie yet. That's his money. It ain't
He
my
won
money.
$3,000 on HQ.
I told you this before. Yeah, it was.
There are times that they have a bigger pot. They've
Math
had
didn't work out there.
they've
Yeah,
had
no, this
they've had
was-
one as what's the most they've had is 100,000.
Yeah, this was I think this was the 100,000 one. This was the one I think The Rock was on, where it was 100,000
Oh.
for Rampage or whatever. And one of the questions was, which of these traits did Coco?
Oh, yeah.
Coco the gorilla do or whatever. And I said, Coco had a pet cat. He goes, are you sure? I go, 100%, dude. I go, my wife has told me about Coco the gorilla.
I thought it was sign language.
What? No, it wasn't one of the options though. It gave you different answers. I go, he had a pet cat. I go, my wife has literally 1,000 times told me this story, and we all just laughed back because it helped us win. So I
It
was-
didn't
It
help you
helped
win.
him win.
no, I know. And what's
I mean,
crazy-
least I would have done. I would have bought lunch for you.
This
one
is
day
Clay.
or something.
This is Clay, right?
Yeah.
Clay, if you're listening, and son, it's time to break out the checkbook.
he said he's going to.
Your boy needs.
He said, he said he's going to take us to
Payout.
Top Golf soon. when it
Hey,
gets-
Daddy needs a new soundboard for a
I
show.
know, right? I was like, yeah, for sure. So that was my
So
day.
that's pretty awesome,
That was
man.
one day,
That's
man.
pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
and so then I went to the state fair this past weekend. Had the deep fried Snickers, which is my favorite food on earth. I look forward to the fair just for the deep
Really?
fried Snicker. It is.
Where do they bread it?
Oh, I don't know what.
Yeah,
it is.
it's almost like you're making it's like a Snickers bar wrapped in a funnel cake, basically.
Oh,
it's
it's
pretty good.
So good, bro. It's so good.
Okay.
So
To each
anyways,
their own,
yeah,
I
so I
guess.
got to do that. So there you go. That was my weekend. So or my week. What about you?
What did I do? I think I went to the zoo.
Yeah,
Exciting.
Coco. Did you see Coco the gorilla?
No Coco. No Coco.
Sorry, man. That's
John.
it. All right, John.
I
me.
didn't do much. Yeah, this week's been kind of bland for me.
Yeah.
So I did want to get into something real quick though, involving you, which I know you love to talk about yourself.
Sure.
So what's this with you like arguing with strangers on the internet? Is this like something new that you've
No.
a new
Just
hobby
meeting
you've
him?
picked up?
He's been doing this for years.
No, look. So
Since the invention of the chat room.
I will go ahead and explain the situation. Okay, many years ago, we had Ebony Thompson, Titans cheerleader, came on for our 24-hour stream. Before that, I'd interviewed Whitney Ward, who was a Titans cheerleader. Now she's married to Dylan. I forget his first. He's a race car driver, like up-and-coming race car driver. He's pretty good. So anyways,
On like the NASCAR
yeah, on the NASCAR thing, yeah. Austin Dillon, that's his name. And so she just announced on her Twitter that her and her best friend, who happens to be a black female, they're going to be part of this show called it's NASCAR Wives. I don't think it's going to be called NASCAR because of whatever, but it's going to be called like Race Car Wives or something. I was like, awesome. So they're tweeting it out like, yeah. And this guy's like, oh, of course, they got the token black person on there. I guess they had to drag that up. How stupid are women? And so I was just like, all right, dude. Like, normally I'm like, I'm going to let this fly. I went, dude, I was so like just snarky about it too. I went, all right, brother. I went, not only have you imagined, not only have you managed to be racist, you're also misogynistic at the same time. Congratulations, you did it, son. And then he started coming back at me like, oh, your stupid show. Oh, I want to be on your show. Like, so it's so dumb you want to be on it. Okay, I got you.
He said he wanted to be on it?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't see that.
He goes, I come on your show and talk to your 12 listeners. I was like, our 12 listeners wouldn't want to hear you, brother. But anyway, and I saw like a lot. I saw Whitney Ward liked it. I saw Mariel, her friend, liked it. A whole bunch of people liked that tweet. And I was like, these dudes, like, I know he's not going to change. I understand it. But sometimes you just want to put these dudes in their place. Like, these are real people, though. I think that's what's scary. As we get around our social groups, that's the norm for us. We're like, all right, people are rational and they're reasonable and, they're all right people. And then when you sometimes go outside of your social circle, you go, oh, okay, these guys do, like, I know we joke about misogyny, but like these dudes are like for real. Like there's no joke about it. They're actually misogynistic guys that are racist. I mean, I don't know why would you say that? Like I don't understand why people get on and say these crazy things. Like I
honestly don't think that he thought that he was being racist, right?
Well,
like,
that's even worse.
I think it just comes so easy to him.
Well, it's true. And
he can't open his mouth without that kind of crap
Yeah.
coming out.
So and he was just saying, oh, your female listeners are idiots. And
well, I don't know if he said that.
He said something like
that.
He
said that. He said the original statement that like, why does the typical woman fall for this garbage or
something
listen
like
to
that.
this?
He somehow insulted our listeners though at one point for sure.
Well, he was definitely insulting everyone in that comment thread for sure.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing.
So then the other thing, like on Reddit, they people are talking about
tell this story.
So people are saying that they're like they know everything about pop culture and all the hits, but they didn't know what the Kiki challenge was.
Yeah, okay.
Like
so
that was kind of mind-boggling.
Let me set it up. Lee posted a link to the Becky Warren performance. Not even to the show. I mean, it is the show, but it was more the performance of Becky Warren. He's like, here's her performing her hit single, blah, blah, blah. And I knew where this was going to go before it even started. And they're just like, hit single, hardly. If no one's ever heard of it, it's definitely not a hit single. And then Lee's like, yeah, dude, go back to playing Fortnite and listening to Drake or something like that.
So we all can't be Drake.
Yeah.
Playing Fortnite and filming videos out of a moving vehicle.
Right. So then I went, yeah.
Which is the Kiki challenge. For those that don't know what the Kiki challenge is, you record yourself jumping out of a moving car and dance to a Drake song.
Yes. And I said, you did the Kiki challenge. And it just went from there. And finally I just had enough. I went, you people, and we've talked about Nashville Reddit before, but I went, you people are trash. Like if anyone brings anything in here, you instantly trash it the minute it comes up. You're all disrespectful. You're rude. And you know what? You all talk a lot of smack, and none of you would say any of this in a person's face. I said, to quote Jay-Z, you're type of dude that wouldn't bust a grape in a food fight, whatever I'm trying to say there.
Fruit fight.
Yeah, I type better than I talk. But yeah, so it's just Nashville Reddit is straight garbage. It's the worst of the nerds coming together. Why do you think they?
Some things they upvote. Like some guy posted an obvious ad for his website that was like, the best website to find happy hours in town, and like everyone upvoted it.
Yeah.
And it's just like a circle jerk all of a sudden.
It is.
That's all it is. It's just a circle jerk.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I don't know why you'd get on there and just trash people. They enjoy it.
He
though.
obviously was on his alt account.
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't know,
but the thing so I went through his comment history, and he was talking about sliding into the DMs of a dead guy's girlfriend. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I missed that one.
Like, how are you going to let someone like that into your community and not moderate them out? That's weird to me. Anyway.
I don't know. Weird.
Okay. So moving on, I did want to talk to John. So John said that he had Billy Joel songs stuck in his head all week after last week's show.
Which Billy
He
Joel?
said he had 10 Billy Joel
I said
songs.
5.
He said 10. So
I said 5.
name fine. We'll tune it down to 5. Name us 5 Billy Joel songs that were stuck in your head this week, John.
Here we go. Challenge.
Only the Good Die Young.
Okay.
Longest Time. Uptown Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Piano Man.
Not the piano
Not
man.
the Piano Man.
The Piano Man doesn't get stuck in my head.
It does if I hear it, but I didn't hear it this week.
Tony's song. Moving Up or whatever.
My Life.
Okay.
And She's Only a Woman to Me.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I did not. I've been listening to nothing but Becky Warren since pretty much the episode.
I mean, I'm trying to tell everyone I know,
I know.
for a long time. Hey, check this out because it's the real deal. It's good. And when you go to her show September 11th, you're going to be blown away because her live shows. Well, I mean, I guess you got treated to a live show.
Yeah, I did.
With a full band, especially like if Dan Knobler is there, her guitar player. He's phenomenal. He's produced the record that's coming out.
Yeah.
But his guitar is amazing. She surrounds herself with talent.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
One more thing, one more show business. Back to John.
Okay.
You were running a little late, so we had a little bit time.
Here we go. Here we go.
John's like, oh man, the earwig. It's on the earwig.
Yeah.
Have you heard that phrase before?
Yeah. Adam and JP talked about it a couple weeks ago on their podcast. Yeah.
Well, it's an insect.
No, it's not. It's a tune that gets stuck in your head and you can't get
Thank
rid
you.
of it. Like you just want to bang your head with a hammer after a while because you just can't get rid of it. Like catchy pop songs, like something dumb.
I used that term, and Lee was like ready to burn me at the stake.
Well, I've never heard of it. And John said, Google it. I Googled it. It's not on Google.
It's on Google. I mean, obviously Google skills are atrocious.
What would you Google then?
Earwig.
What would you Google?
He put it in. He put in earwig, and he
say earwig right now, and let's see.
All right, let's see.
Earwig.
No, I'm seeing a lot of insects.
Maybe.
I also typed in earwig music and earwig song.
Huh.
So I don't know.
Yeah, Google made me look bad.
Adam and JP just been making stuff up to see what they can get out there.
Well, I mean, I've heard this well before I've ever heard of Adam and JP, which are two really great guys. And if you haven't listened to their podcast, you should.
I'm not saying they're not great guys.
Earworm. It's called
Earworm. Okay, that's what I messed up.
Earworm.
Earworm. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, earworm.
Okay.
So yeah.
So yes, what
it was not an
I said
earwig.
earwig, so yeah, that was my bad.
Okay, well, there you go. Earworm. I knew it was something like that. Yeah, there you go.
All right, there you go.
This week I did have the pleasure of reviewing Kanye West's "Whatever It Takes" cologne. This is
hit me with a little bit of this.
Let me take it.
I watched your YouTube video on this, and it was spectacular.
Yeah.
It was an outstanding performance.
Well, thank you.
If you haven't watched the video, it's worth.
Here you go.
It's
All
worth
right,
the
I'll hit
watching
you with a
for
little,
sure.
like-
Do I have to do your method where I rub it all over my?
Oh, that was a lot.
that was a lot.
That was a lot.
I've got to give that back to you a little
Okay.
bit.
John, do you want any?
I think I'm good.
Kanye
I'm
cologne.
good.
So yeah, go to YouTube.
That's not bad.
It's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Go to YouTube and check out my review for this Kanye cologne. There you go. Look at that. Kanye West, Whatever It Takes cologne. I reviewed
He
that.
donated that artwork.
So there you go.
Very
All
nice.
right. So there you go. All right. Well, that's it. So do we want to
right.
get some stories?
We got some
started? We wanna
stories.
Get some stories going.
Well, you know where we're going to start today.
Oh man, that's right. Aretha Franklin passes away on the same day Elvis Presley did, which is wild. So king of rock and roll, and then the Queen passed away. When you look back, John, what do you think of Aretha? What are some thoughts you have of Aretha Franklin?
I mean, the very first thing that pops into mind is her civil rights work. They obviously it's been all over the news today, and a lot of people associate her big breakout song was "Respect,"
right?
But a lot of people equate that with like womanhood. But when she talks about it, it was actually more about civil rights.
No.
And I did not know that, and I thought that was interesting. And but yeah, it seems like that song is like synonymous with her, and oddly enough, that song is actually a cover.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
didn't originally do that,
I
and
didn't
so
know
that
that.
was it's neat that I always find it interesting when a song that's a cover is the band that covered it way overshadows the original,
Yeah.
and to me that takes a lot, and
Who
she
was the
managed to do
original
that.
by?
I think it was Otis Redding.
Yeah, and that's like, that's nobody to mess around with either.
Yeah.
There you go. That's pretty cool. So, Lee? What about you? What are?
I'll never forget her acting in Blues Brother.
Yeah.
Right, she's the diner waitress, and they perform Respect, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. But I just thought that was so cool because growing up, I didn't know really who Aretha Franklin is. But years later, going back and watching, I'm like, holy cow, that's Aretha Franklin. That's pretty dang cool.
Another thing is that's legitimately her name. Like she didn't. That sounds like a stage name.
Yeah, it's a pretty good name. Yeah.
But yeah, that's her name.
It's a pretty good name. There you go. Yeah, I
What
mean,
about you, David?
I mean, just the voice that everyone was trying to be like, pretty much. I mean, just the voice of pretty much a goddess. Like one of the classic rock, but Hall of Fame rock and roll voices in the top echelon. Respect. I mean, of course. I mean, vocally perfect. And
well, she's acclaimed to being a 4-octave vocalist.
Wow.
And that's not an easy feat.
No, that's impressive. So, and I know she, like I said, she did a lot for civil rights, and she did a lot for female artists as well. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that how she, she'd been sick for some time and then went to hospice, and Wild only weighed about 87 pounds at the time of her death. So
Wow.
that's tragic. I mean, fortunately for her, she lived a really good life. She did a lot of things. I'm starting to look now as I get older. We're all going to die. I mean, unfortunately, what that happens. But just what did you do in your life that really made it full of meaning, and did you do the things you want to do? Which we're all not going to be Aretha Franklin. Maybe you raised your kids the best you could do, or you were the best, whatever. But just when you get to the end, did you do what you wanted to do for the most part? And I think she did. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, rest in peace. And
well, like you said, I mean, there's a lot of people that you mention their name and you cannot conjure an image of her as well.
Right.
Gladys Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm drawing a blank. But I mean, there's Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
There's people, you say these names and you also associate immediately Aretha Franklin to them.
Yeah. So she passed away. Rest in peace. And I'm sure, if there's a heaven, her and Elvis are probably doing a little duet right now.
She's kicking her shoes off in heaven.
There you go.
Doing a little riverboat.
That's not her. That's Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Rolling,
Proud
rolling,
Mary,
rolling
yeah,
down the river.
I'm sure Aretha Franklin.
Hey, sure she did that.
Well, that's another person that you associate.
Sorry.
There you go. You just proved John's
We'll
point.
go
immensely.
Natural Woman. There you go. Let's go with that one.
That was not scripted. Lee actually walked right into John's statement. So there we go.
It's a trap, I tell you. Okay.
It's
All right.
first time for everything.
Rip Aretha Franklin on that.
There you
All
go.
right, so there's another story that I want to talk about
Okay.
that's been cooking for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've heard this one. So Ninja, who is a famous Twitch streamer, he's known for streaming Fortnite. He's basically the #1 streamer on Twitch. All the kids love him, want to watch him. He came out in an interview and says that he refuses to co-stream or have female streamers on his stream.
Misogyny alert.
Oh, boy. Oh, Willie.
Misogyny
So let
alert.
me do explain. The article goes on to say that the main reason that he doesn't actually stream with females is to avoid drama with his newlywed wife, who also streams like cooking shows and stuff. But he didn't want there to be rumors that the streamer that he was broadcasting with were having an affair or flirting, and it get back to his wife and make her feel embarrassed or awkward. But regardless, no females.
Well, there's one of two ways to remove all doubt of certain things, and to avoid it at all costs is one way.
I mean,
So-
yeah. But
So the Mike Pence approach, huh?
Yeah, it is the Pence approach. I mean, where basically I can't have lunch or dinner with a woman that's not my wife. John, I mean, is this acceptable in your opinion?
Well, I mean, in cases like this, if you had one of two choices, I mean, you've got the choice that he made, or you've got Michael Jackson.
Okay.
All right. If Michael Jackson, whether or not he was guilty, let's say he's not guilty. All
Okay.
right. He never touched a soul.
Okay.
But everything played out the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to say that this guy's an idiot.
Who?
Michael Jackson.
This is not. But that's
Because
like,
you get accused once of that, to ever bring the option or that idea of that happening
True.
again,
John,
you
have
avoid
you ever
it.
watched a Twitch stream before in your life? These people aren't even in the same room.
Yeah, they're not in the same room. I mean, he's concerned that if he plays with another woman and they have any kind of conversation, that the internet's going to run with, like Lee was saying, rumors that they're an item, they're flirting and all that. I think.
Well, the thing is
I think
like
it's a bit odd, truthfully.
it is odd, but I mean, in this day and age,
Don't want that.
people
gossip.
are so quick to jump the gun to make someone else look bad.
Well, that's true, but that's the industry
So
he's
quick.
in. He's literally like alienating like female gamers from.
So let me back up.
playing with
Let
it.
me,
It's kinda weird.
Let me
I mean-
back up because the take you have is pretty standard or whatever. You know, like don't let the gossip start. Here's my problem. I have it. So this dude is not just a streamer. He is like these Twitch streamers. Twitch is like an upcoming social media breaking the boundaries of traditional TV. This is a guy
I think it's more
that
so than
literally
that. Yeah,
has a
it's-
web camera in his basement bedroom where you see a guest bed in the back, and he's raking in millions of dollars a month doing this. He's on top of the platform. Anything that he says is instantly broadcast to hundreds of thousands, if not, millions of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like trying to break down these social barriers and the stigma of men and women and anti-gossip, he says, no, I'm gonna stick with the status quo of the old guard media. That's what's upsetting to me. He had a chance to kind of be on the forefront of this cutting edge technology, this cutting edge social change, and instead he just says, no, thank you.
Well, Jason says, can he buy some magic pajamas to keep him safe from the women, John?
Wow, it always gets to come back to the magic pajamas.
I'm sure. Way to go, Jason. Hard-reaching joke there.
Will they work?
Anyway.
Will the magic underwear work, John?
No, it doesn't remove your agency.
There you go, Jason.
So I was watching another Twitch streamer and they brought up this, and I wanted to ask you guys, do you think that men and women can be friends
Yeah.
without catching feelings for each other?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
isn't that the kind of the issue here,
I mean,
the
okay.
underlying issue
Okay, but
of all this?
I mean, you have feelings for your friends, but not a sexual. I mean, most. I'm speaking for us.
Mm-hmm.
You have feelings for your friends, obviously, like hardcore feelings, because these are people you want to spend time around.
You'd be
hang
willing
out.
to die for these people.
Right. I mean, those are feelings. So you're saying, are you catching feelings? Well, yeah. Like on that level, like could you be attracted to a person? We've all been probably attracted to someone, that wasn't our girlfriend or wife or whatever. I mean, to some small degree, there's crushes or whatever. But if you're exposed to that constantly, hopefully your relationship and you as a person are strong enough to survive it. I mean, if not, this is bad sign. What if he goes to a convention? Is he only going to play with guys? Is he going to hang out with guys? Is he going to cut off? Like, where does this stop? Like, the Pence thing is weird because it's like, dude, you literally work with numerous women that you may need to go out and discuss it. Lunch, I mean, business lunch is like a regular thing. Like, do you sleep with every female you go out on a business lunch with? Good God, no. So to me, it's just sticking in, like you said, these things where it's like, no women allowed, which I just think is bad for his brand. I mean,
the dude already ducked saying the N-word on stream. Well, this has got to be I think a lot of this is just kind of a clickbaity, like like John said earlier, people trying to dig up dirt. So I think in a lot of ways they're kind of looking for something like controversy, which he largely tries to avoid it.
That's true.
I mean,
as far as his wife goes, I mean, she knew the setup before they were married.
Right.
Like she's not. I mean, she streams herself. Like I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she knows the game. Like,
I mean, to me, is this going a little too far? Yeah. I mean, like you said, they're probably not even the same side of the planet.
Probably not.
Well,
no.
I mean, probably.
You know what I mean?
They're
Being
far
facetious.
away. They're far away.
They're not next door to each other. They don't have
Right.
easy access to one another. And I mean, if he's streaming, like if he has a constant like every week on the same day, he's got the same.
He
female.
does that with guys.
Okay, that might be an issue.
Well,
but if
maybe-
it's a one shot with these different women,
Why
that's no
would
big
that be
deal.
an issue though?
it's kind of leading back the familiarity with someone of the opposite sex. Even
So you don't
even
believe
Jason Steen said they might not admit the feelings, but they're going to happen.
So you're on the bandwagon that no, men and women shouldn't be friends. David, it sounded like to me you're saying it's totally fine.
I have many female friends that I do not want to sleep with. That that's just I don't want to sleep with my guy friends. I mean, it's a friend's a friend. Once you define that person as a friend, there's you just don't cross boundaries. So I would ask, does this guy have? Is he dealing with some stuff inside? Does he know? Does he know he's gonna? Does he know he's gonna do this? If so, I would respect the decision if he would come out and say that. As much as an alcoholic would not be in a bar, if he knows he's gonna act on these impulses, then then you're probably in the wrong line of work anyway. Truthfully, and then his wife is a female gamer. Is she not allowed to play with male gamer? Because dude, this is a male dominated industry right now. Like it's mainly guys out there. So who does she play with?
She does like cooking shows with her husband.
Okay. So she doesn't game per se.
She might. I don't know.
Well,
not as much as she does, obviously.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, but like I say, this dude, you're in public eye. Keep it civil, bro. I mean,
yeah.
But Henry Cavill, who played Superman, said he would be scared to date in this modern culture. He's afraid somebody would accuse him of rape. And so I'm like, dude, okay, let's calm down with the extremes here, bro. Okay.
I mean, it's almost absurd, but at the same time,
it's
almost like believable at the same time.
But don't associate with people that would do that. I mean, when you meet someone, whether most of the time, pretty quickly. That's not
necessarily true.
Most of the time you do. You're right. There are the occasional outliers, but John can tell you, I've met many people in my life and just said, that's not a good person after like 5 minutes. And
okay.
A lot of times they weren't good people. I mean,
so just to get back to the topic, the movie When Harry Met Sally, isn't that kind of like the central theme of that movie?
Yes.
And doesn't that movie like end up with them saying that they're agreeing more with John?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Right. So
I think if there is any level of physical attraction, if there becomes a mental attraction as well, it's going to make it difficult to separate those two things.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I'm not saying it's impossible.
I mean, good luck with this. I just don't know how this is going to work out for him. Hopefully, well, I mean, he is pretty popular, and maybe it's a guy dominated, so guys don't give a crap. I mean, that could be. And maybe he's just said there's not enough female for me to care about this right now. Now, if the culture shifts and it's half and half, I think he'll have to change his policies. So he's young too.
Well, that was my whole point.
And the thing is the whole rumor mill of the way media is nowadays. Several years ago, I worked as a maintenance guy at a hotel, and there was a Hispanic girl that worked there. It was fairly attractive, and we talked a lot.
Okay.
Everyone at that hotel would constantly be asking me what's going on between us.
Yeah.
And we were just friends. We just talked. That was it.
Yeah.
But everybody was on that. So, being in such a bigger scope, I can see why he would feel that way. Now, like I said, if it was just run off once in a while, not a regular guest on there, I don't think there would be a problem. But if he had a regular person on there constantly and there was any kind of rapport, the media people and social media would take that ball and they would run with it, and
which has happened before with Twitch streamers. Actually.
When it comes to trust, all it takes is just a little snippet of doubt to destroy it. That's all it takes, and all it takes is one person for his wife to make a comment that would put something in her mind, and that's all it takes.
But once again, this is not Joe at the office. This is a guy that's in the media business. He met his wife in the media business. Like, understand what you're getting into when you're in a relationship. Like, if you are married to a man or a woman that travels on the road all the time, you're going to have to trust them or the relationship's not going to work, and you're not even visible to what they're doing. So at some point, trust has got to...
Just to get back to my original point, then we can move on. But mainly, I was disappointed when someone like in his position has a chance to make social change. Like if like we suddenly got 100 million subscribers to our podcast, what would we use the platform? Would we continue to make pence like agree with Mike Pence over here, or would we try to, bring something?
Well, I think
else
our record speaks for us. I think we've had more female guests than male guests at this point, or it's pretty close. So I think our record speaks for ourselves. I think, I would never, I would not say we're not going to have women on the show because there might something happen. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a bit odd. Good luck to the kid. Like I say, he's a kid. What you think at 20, you don't think at 30. From the chat real quick while you get the next story. Sammy says, if he's playing hard and says something sexual in nature, quote unquote, they can use the Me Too movement against him. Rusty Greer said, this is a good one. Social media is like a very ill-skilled football player who runs the wrong way with the football and the crowd cheers them for going the wrong way.
It's
very good.
Amen, Rusty.
That is very good.
Right on the money.
So we got a little scoop this week.
It's time for the scoops. Today's show is sponsored by Scoop Nashville. That's right. Scoop Nashville is where you need to go for all your Nashville news, breaking news, exclusive stories. Jason Steen is out there getting the inside information that other mainstream, and this is not me just saying this because he sponsors the show. He's getting the information that other news aren't getting right now. They're literally messaging him going, where are your sources at? So you need to go.
Names.
They do. They want it. So go to scoopnashville.com. I guarantee every day news story. I've got the update on my computer, so when I log in, it tells me news stories coming in. I love it. It's great articles, man. He's hitting hard stories. He broke a Social Security number breach with the one of the metro governments. He broke that, man. He's breaking all the time. So Scoop Nashville, go check them out. They sponsor the show. We're proud to call them a sponsor. So, all right.
All right, so in this story, there's a famous Music City psychic, and basically she's being sued for basically $35,000 in damages. The guy's actually asking less because he's already won a case, and she refuses to pay him. Like she paid two settlement checks, and then she's like, "I'm not paying you anymore." So he's like, "Fine, give me $20,000." But anyway, the deal is he paid her. He told her that money was his problem, having too much money. So he paid her $6,000 to put $35,000 in a cash lockbox for him, and that she would bless it and give it back to him 3 months later. Spoiler alert, she didn't give it back.
What?
Wow.
Did you need a psychic to tell you that?
I guess he didn't see it coming for sure.
I'm sorry. Does Dear John need to turn into the psychic hour? What is happening here? This guy went to her. I would just want to clarify this because I'm reading this now, and I heard what you said. I just want to repeat it if everybody didn't catch it. This dude had so much money that he took $35,000.
He paid $6,000 first. He paid $6,000.
Yeah,
for the service
to keep $35,000 away from him. So this guy, like Ninja, obviously had some kind of issues he was dealing with spending this money. Well, like I said, I guess the funny part is, I guess all the money's gone now. I guess the blessing didn't work out so well.
Well, I mean, if his problem was he had too much money.
I mean, this is wild. Like, how dumb are people? Like, if we had Idiot of the Week drop right now, we'd play it. This is the dumbest thing. I don't know. Like,
here's the thing, dude. They got this new thing called banks.
Yeah.
You take your money, put it there.
But I think she was promising him like special blessings, or like she had diagnosed using her psychic powers that would help him get more money, maybe, or fix his life.
For all those listeners out there, I'm gonna use my psychic powers to tell you, if you give Blame Your Brother some money in 6 months or whatever, you'll get it back, and we'll give you a little something on top of that.
But just think about being this guy, right? Because I mean, you've told me some stories before where you used to work on a non-emergency like police dialing number, and people would be like robbed by prostitutes, and they would call the police, and you'd be kind of like, dude, are you
like, one time we literally go, you do realize you're talking to the police department? He said yes. They went out and arrested that dude. Like, I was like, bro, I mean, I tried to warn you. Like, I don't want you to get arrested, Holmes, but I mean, what are you doing?
But imagine being this guy. Like, you just lost $42,000, right? And it comes out in public. So you have to go tell your family.
Yeah.
You have to tell your friends. You have to be on social media, and everyone knows you got conned out of $42,000. How do you go on with life?
Well,
after that.
when did she say she's going to give him the money back?
I guess 3 months later.
Is it been 3 months?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. They filed out a suit. They went to court, and she's
Okay.
like, "Please don't sue me." So I guess she filed a non-suit, and then she paid him like 2 payments, and then was like, "I'm not paying anymore." So he had to go back to court to get like a lawsuit in place to actually,
You know what's unfortunate? If he had just asked for a psychic reading before this happened, he would have seen it coming. So
I mean,
if only he had bit the bullet. He did it backwards.
Hey, for the record, I will read your palm for $6,000.
There you go. You heard it here first.
You gonna do some rune work or something?
Yeah,
Can I get a
read the
rate
runes
card?
too? Yeah.
This is sad. Sad news.
So there was another story with a little bit of a quiz on the end of it. So
a little bit of a quiz. Okay.
I guess they released the highest paid actresses.
Okay.
In the top 5, Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston were among the top 5. Which I didn't even know Jennifer Aniston was doing anything these days.
Can I guess? Can we guess who they are?
You got to guess who the number one is.
Number one is.
I don't even know I don't know if the top 5's on here.
Okay.
I think I'd be
Who would you-
ScarJo.
That's a good one. I was thinking Jennifer Lawrence might be on there.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Black Widow brings home the bacon. John is right.
Oh,
Ding,
yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
And
So
so-
how much do you think she made without looking at the screen?
I would say was it like a yearly total or what her estate's worth or what?
It was between June 1st of 2017 and 2018.
I would say 350 million.
350 million.
Oh, I
You already read it.
I can see what it is.
It's
It's way
40
under that. Yeah, way under that.
40.5 million before taxes.
Which is not bad. So second was Angelina Jolie. Third was Jennifer Aniston. Fourth was Reese Witherspoon. And fifth was Jennifer Lawrence. So
So do you think they like need a psychic reading?
I hope
Do you
so.
think we could like a BYB
Send
pod,
it to
like a
we-
box or whatever?
Well, we just.
Stick it in
I
there.
mean, if you can hit them up, sure, that's for sure. Scarlett Joe, that's right.
So,
Should've thought-
ScarJo, just call in, dear John. Tell us what your question is, and I'll give you a psychic rating for a small nominal fee.
All right, question. Thinking of this, I thought of something earlier today. Would you rather be the most attractive? Would you rather be the only attractive person in a world full of ugly people, or would you rather be the only ugly person in a world full of attractive people? John,
Ugly.
you'd rather be ugly in the attractive world?
Yeah.
Okay, Lee.
Why would you say that? That doesn't even that's not even a question that you need to ask.
No, obviously it is. What do you pick?
Is it just because like you would wanna like date an attractive person?
It's because everywhere I look, I would see ugly, or everywhere I would look, I'd see attractive.
But you might be like Quasimodo your whole life.
That's me already. It's too late.
You are married with a kid and one on the way, brother. You can't say you're Quasimodo, brother. I mean,
He's been Quasimodo before.
I've been called that before.
I've seen the sun swell his head
and
up.
it was
Yeah.
fitting.
well, that was the old John. Okay, no, so okay, Lee. What
I
do
mean,
you-
I guess okay. I mean, I guess I see your point somewhat.
I've thought about this for a
but
long
if
time.
if you were the only attractive person in a world of ugly, you would basically be the Black Widow over here,
But what could
raking
you-
home $40.5 million a year.
What could
I wouldn't
you-
even have to store my money in a strong box at the psychics anymore.
Well, but would you ever be happy with anyone that they're not attractive?
Sure. I mean, we're talking like pure physical, right?
I mean, you're living your life, brother. I mean,
We're
if that-
talking about like you said, ugly and attractive. We're
No,
talking
your whole
just
life.
physically.
yeah, physically.
See, but we've had this discussion before. You guys are hung up on this whole
Oh Lord.
physical attractiveness. I see the beauty of people from within, like a musician or an artist,
Go ahead. I'm looking for music. I'm trying to see if anything works here. Nope. I mean, I got Idiot of the Week. I guess we can play that for Lee's statements there, man. What is the deal here, bro?
What do you mean?
So you think you could fall in love with anyone with a good personality? That's your statement,
I mean, I think yeah, for sure.
John.
I mean, there's limits.
Well, the thing
obviously.
is there's a threshold that you have to get over. In some cases, and they could be the most charming person in the world, but if you can't get over that certain threshold, it's not going to happen.
Like, there's going to be a gray shade of ugly in this world, right?
No, in this scenario, they're all
everybody is
ugly.
equally as
Yes,
ugly.
they're all equally ugly.
we're
yes.
talking
How
like
ugly are we talking?
we're talking like GIMP level ugly.
Yeah, we're talking one.
Like
out
there's
of
something
10.
seriously wrong with every single person.
let me put it like this: I personally wouldn't want to be a GIMP level ugly, right?
Well, maybe get some pity out of any.
So is that what you enjoy out of life? Pity?
I think in that situation, I'm with John. I'd have. Oh, I don't know.
But you would literally be gimpy.
I'm too egocentric.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I guess I am too.
You know what? I guess I'd be the most attractive person, the only attractive person in a world full of ugly people. And just like Lisa, I guess maybe
you could put some makeup on. You put some lipstick on a pig. You know.
I just thought of that.
Tell them to put on a mask or
lipstick on a pig.
You know, like a.
That sounds like it's borderline.
Brown bag. What you want? This is the button you're looking for.
Misogyny
There we
alert.
go. That was the lead.
Misogyny alert.
I don't know. Maybe I'd do it to
Misogyny
guys.
alert.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, baby.
I'm sure there'll be some comments in our chat for that.
2018, baby. So I just think of that whenever I see these very attractive people, and I don't know, it must be great. Must be living the best life, man. Like,
who are we talking about? Like
Scarlett Johansson,
Well, yeah.
Jennifer Aniston,
I was
Angelina Jolie.
thinking about this though.
Yeah.
How much would it take to take somebody extremely ugly and make them attractive? I think time and money is all you really need.
Impossible.
What do you think?
Wrong.
No,
Because here's the thing. Like, you think about Scarlett Johansson, you're like, oh, she's amazingly attractive, right? That's not where it stops. She is an extreme outlier. She's also extremely talented.
Oh, she's got a great voice.
She has a great voice. I think she sings. doesn't
That's
she?
what I mean.
She sings. She's a
He's talking about physically.
outstanding actor. But hear me out. She is the 1%, man. She has everything.
Yeah.
You could take a really attractive person that couldn't act and throw her in a role, and the movie would bomb.
Yeah, but she'd still be hot and probably would be like a model.
I mean, then they would call it Transformers.
Well, that's okay, because nothing wrong with Megan Fox, man. I mean, like, I'm down with that. Like, if I was a single dude and Megan Fox was like, "Yo, you want to date?" I'd be like, "Yeah, for sure. I don't care if you're a talented actress or not." You know, I mean, I would say you are a talented actress at that point.
I'm talking solely physically.
No, I don't think so, because I think with enough, I think you can make someone. Are you saying very attractive or just?
I'm
passable?
saying, can you
Plastic
take
surgery.
Can you take a 3 and turn them into an 8?
So from the chat, how much is a bottle of tequila?
Yeah.
So the answer is like $20. Okay.
Well, then other things might not work, but let me see here. I'm trying to think. 3 to an 8, possibly.
I'm saying
like no limit. You can
4
plastic
years and
surgery.
$50,000.
Yeah, but
$50,000.
That
doesn't even cover a dental bill.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That'll cover a dental bill.
No, not veneers and stuff.
Yeah, I've looked into it.
You would need. It just depends on the part. I mean, 3 to an 8 is pretty rough, bro. I mean, because you got to look. If you're a dude, you could be short and bald and just ugly.
I mean,
looking.
short you can't fix. I mean, that's
You
granted.
can actually. There is a airline. There's a woman in Britain that wanted to be an airline stewardess, and they had minimum height requirements. So she got the River Cuomo treatment on both of her legs, where they break your leg and they put a separator, and you have to like turn it every morning. And it slowly over time lengthens the. Because River Cuomo was born with one leg longer than the other, so he had to wear special shoes his whole life.
Yeah.
Until he got the operation. So you could technically raise someone's height somewhat.
I guess so.
Probably a couple of inches at the
I guess with enough
least.
money and the right surgeons and the right people. There used to be a show about this on TV called
the Swan, something Swan.
And they would take people. I guess it can be done, but fortunately most of us don't have that money, so we're kind of stuck not hanging with the elite 5 there. Unfortunately, they're all attractive, so there you go. All right.
Well,
got any more stories? Are we going?
I think we're gonna do a Dear John.
Here we go. And away, no audio. There you go.
Working on it.
All right, time for Dear John. Somebody wrote in. Lee's going to read it. John's going to answer it. Here we go.
All right, this one comes in. My wife, Karen, loves to sing karaoke along with many others. Wait, I think...
Yeah, we've already read this one before.
Oh,
bro.
no, we don't...
Oh, no.
Thought I saved the one from last week. Let's see if
Okay.
it's still
How
here.
about say, that one sounds very familiar. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Dear John, I'm 17, almost 18, out of high school and working at an advertising agency. My aunt and someone I knew there got me the job. When I took the job, I thought it would be glamorous. Wrong. It's boring. I do the job well, but I don't enjoy working behind a desk 7+ hours a day. I am very outgoing and want to work in the entertainment field. I would like to go to college and study music, but my parents are so proud of me for having this job that I'm afraid it would break their hearts if I gave up the opportunity. I don't want to hurt them, but I don't want to be stuck here forever. How can I handle this without disappointing my family from wanna be a star?
You are not alone. A lot of people feel that way about their jobs. I think I know 3 of them, and they are sitting at a table right now in front of microphones. But in real life, you've got to make real sacrifices. There are that very small percentage of people that get to do what they love to do. If you still want to, I mean, there's no reason why you can't investigate a music career, but I would not let that be your only major. And I mean, if you're going to do that, make sure you're paying for your schooling. Don't make your parents pay for something that's not going to pan out.
Wow.
That's the truth of it.
You take a 5-hour energy, bro? What's going on
Should
here?
have. I mean, just
Give up now.
I mean, don't major in psychology.
Get a 9
Don't
to 5.
major in art history.
Brother, this kid's 17 years old,
I
man.
know, and they're about to make one of the biggest decisions of their lives.
And they need to do it. Now is the time, brother.
Hey, that's fine, but I'm just saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket,
Listen-
especially when there's a hole in that basket.
You plan for plan A, don't have a plan B, brother. That way, if you've ever seen The Dark Knight Rises, I tell this to everyone. Batman can't make the jump with the rope around his waist. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you want to be a star, brother, if you want to go to college, life is too short to rely on the opinions of others. Family, friends, enemies.
They're already
whatever.
depending on our opinion.
I know.
Right again.
Well, ours is mine matters.
Yeah.
So you need to take this chance, bro, because when you get to be 40 years old, you're done. Like, there ain't going back to college. This is the time. You tell your parents, you be honest with them. If they love you and they care about you, they will be happy that you were brave
I
enough.
take that back. Take Dave's advice here. Take Dave's advice, and here's your band name, okay? Crash and Burn. All right, here you go.
I'm just saying, if you in any situation, whatever you want to tell your parents that you don't think you can tell them, just tell them. Because if you're in the right environment with the right family, they will love you, they will support you. Maybe they're disappointed in the short run. I mean, that's possible. But if they know you well enough, and the more scary thing is they really don't even know what you want to do with your life. I did something my dad wanted me to do, and I regret it that I didn't do other things in that time I could have. So I've worked at a job since I was 18 years old, the government, and I mean, it's nothing thrilling about it. Yeah, I think about other things I could be doing, wanted to be doing, should be doing, whatever, and I'm stuck where I'm at. So now's the time. You're 17, you're 18. Go to college, man. Play the music. Find out what you want to do. We put so much pressure on people to go, you're going to college at 18, pick a major. This is what you're doing for the rest of your life. No, brother, go there, hang out, do some illegal things, illicit things, have fun, meet people, break your soul apart, man. Find out who you are. And then when you get a little bit older, maybe the music's worked out. If it's not, you can at least go, hey, I gave it a shot.
Go get a marketing job.
Go back to the marketing job, which sounds terrible, but at point, if the dream doesn't work, yeah, to some degree, John's right. You got to at least have something you could do, but I don't know. That's
right.
me. I mean, that's Lee. What do you think?
I agree with you, David.
Okay.
John, I don't even know.
There we go. Sammy from the chat says, chase the dream, not the money. It might be up for a major
All right,
key
well,
right there.
into
Oh,
that
major
segue.
key.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right. Time for that major key where we look back on today's episode and we give you a life lesson. I think Sammy may have nailed it pretty much.
I think he did. But, last week we had another dream meme.
I know. That's wild.
So.
Last week we said dream small, which, I mean, hey, maybe your small dream is performing in front of people and not making it big as an artist. That's fine. But as Sammy said today, and which is our major key of the week, chase the dream, not the money. And that is true. I actually told my kids that the other day. It's kind of weird that you said that. So that's your major key of the week.
So
all
let
the
me
way
give
from the
you a
beginning.
major
Is
key.
there an outro for this? I don't even know.
Where's the key?
Make one.
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now.
We just gonna listen to it again.
I-
Is that
Listen
what
to
we
it
normally
again.
do? I don't.
There we go. Chase the dream, not the money. Your major key from episode 105. And that is an episode, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed our tales, the news, all kinds of good stuff. I just want to represent, I'm wearing tonight the Cobras and Fire podcast t-shirt. Rock's Not Dead. This is an awesome shirt I just got from those guys, one of my favorite podcasts, Cobras and Fire podcast. Definitely check it out. And they will be at the Rockin' Pod Expo coming up August 25th. You need to go there for great podcasters. Decibel Geek will be there. Cobras and Fire will be there. Michael Butler of the Rock and Roll Geek Show will be there. Tons of Kiss podcast. If you love Kiss, will be there. Also, Head from Korn will be signing for free. So my plan is to get the Korn vinyl album. I want to take it up there and get them to autograph. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Right.
And Rockin' Pod Expo. Go to rockinpodexpo.com. Get your tickets now. Come hang out with us. We'll be there, and it'll be a good time. So Cobras and Fire, thank you for this awesome shirt, man. Love it. All right, so if you want to go to the website and check everything out, you go to blameyourbrother.net, and there we got all the past episodes. We got articles. We got a new article up from Adam Cox this week. It was kind of weird because Becky Warren mentioned Dead Poets Society, and Adam just happened to have a Dead Poets recap review.
It's Providence.
In the works, man. It was done. So that was kind of cool how that worked out.
Very cool.
Very good article. Go check it out, especially if you enjoy that Robin Williams classic film. Of course, John. I mean, you mentioned it last week as well. It's a great movie. But on the website, all of our social media links are there. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to yell at us on Twitter like that guy we talked about earlier. Go check out our YouTube videos. Like I said, I reviewed the Kanye West cologne, so you definitely go check out that review. Lee loves it.
It's killing me.
You love it?
You need that in your life. It'll really knock the girls out.
There you go. And it's like other kind of links on there as well. Amazon links. So if you're going to buy anything through Amazon, just click on that link. It will take you to Amazon, make your purchases, and we get a small kickback of the sales. You can buy T-shirts on the website, and we're streamed every Thursday on Radio Vegas Rocks. If you go to radiovegas.rocks, you can listen to us Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And there's tons of other great shows. Our friends from Not Playing Stupid are on there. Tons of other fun shows are on there as well. Radio shows, all kinds of that. So definitely do that. Check it out. Go to the website. And there's also a part on the website where you can go send us an email. Do it. John will get it if it's for Dear John, or if you have a question for us, let's do it. And you can send an anonymous email if you want to do that as well. So I think that kind of covers it. Go check out the website. Tell your friends about it. With that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.